Well, hi guys, we're back to episode 3, talking about accessibility, helping people with disabilities use all these great Microsoft features and products. So let's talk to these guys about, let's delve in a little bit now. Tell us a little bit more about let's start with you, Hector, but the learning tools. Just give us one great learning tool that's out there that we should know about.
Yeah, so this just comes down to preference. You know, we don't want people to feel like they've got to unlock a special bit of software to kind of unlock the world around them. If you think of the number of people in the world who have some kind of learning disability or unable to read, may have dyslexia, the numbers are huge. So in our Edge browser, any website, right-click, read aloud, will simply read that website out with highlighting. Wow. We have 13 million people a month using that feature, and no one's even been told. So humans have kind of said, actually, I prefer to have stuff read to me than me have to read this, and they're finding these features on their own. That's just the starting point to get into learning tools, though. So now within the Edge browser, you can also convert to a reading mode. And within there, you can split the syllables, break the words down into their component syllables. You can highlight the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives.
Dyslexia as well.
But also just great for people learning English as an additional language.
Yes.
Let's say the more and more we say this is not a dyslexia solution or a disability solution, the more we say this is a preference, you know, it's a learning tool, it's an immersive reader, it's a personal preference, the more we'll get discovery, and then people will actually start becoming more productive without any support. You know, they'll start self-prescribing those features.
I agree, because you know, I'm not a very good reader. You know, over the years I've just much preferred audio books. But when you showed it me this morning, I was like, wow, this blows me away.
And you get to multitask. So you know, you've got to do your expenses, but you want to listen to a blog at the same time. Right-click, read aloud, do your expenses. You know,
multitasking and me are not great. But
the other mainstream application is actually people checking a document before they send it. Sometimes when you read a document, you can read it 10 times and not see the mistake. But when you listen to it, you'll hear the grammar mistake. You'll hear how, you know, the sentence doesn't quite flow, and you'll go and change it. So there's so many applications for this technology, but it was disability that unlocked it for us. It's what got us going on the topic.
That's fantastic. Windows 10, Sergio, tell us about great features in Windows 10. Deep dive on us.
I actually love, you know, the way things have been progressing within our operating system base there for end users. And to your point, Hector, I think I'll pick on that, because we become kind of our own self-consultants, right? Self-prescribing ways of doing more work, because we actually have to these days, right? Let's acknowledge. And through my daily job, you know, I find that sometimes I have to work a bit late hours, right? One of the key features I started to use, because it was embedded in your OS. Previously, I was used to deploy apps, but I stopped worrying. That's a good thing also for IT admins, right? Imagine on an organization, IT doesn't have to worry with certain features because they're embedded. So it simplifies the push in terms of features that people would require. But I'm talking about night lights, right? So it can adjust automatically based on your location, right? Adjust the lighting, you know, avoiding the blue light that is so harmful for ourselves as human beings that prevent us from sleeping better. So that's a very important one for me that I keep using every single day when I work late. Other things that I don't necessarily require, but again, they all part of the ease of access features that sit within Windows 10. I can think about color blind filters that you implement straight away. The whole OS just changes. And one key thing, doesn't matter how many screens you connected to, they all just adapt. High contrast is unbelievable. In 1 or 2 seconds, just completely flips the whole OS. The way you can actually interact through cognitive services, right? AKA Cortana, if you like. But let's talk cognitive services, because actually expands much more further. So you can talk to the OS and you can actually accomplish actions without touching the keyboard. So, and the list goes on, and I'm sure, you know, as people keep using, as Hector was saying, you know, in an unbelievable way, because we're not marketing very fully these things. People start to acknowledge they dare. They start exploring. And through partners like yourselves, thank you again for having us here today.
Absolutely. I'm learning. It's great.
We can keep sharing this message, right? Because we need this message to be shared. People out there deserve it.
Fantastic.
And just, I mean, on the numbers, you talked about color filters there. You know, if I look at all my social media that I do, and, you know, I tweet all these accessibility features all the time. Color blindness was the one that went crazy. You know, honestly, the number of people who are out there who are colorblind, who are being given red for bad, green for good on a scorecard, but are unable to differentiate between those colours is amazing, right? Wow. 1 in 12 men are colourblind.
Oh, really?
1 in 12. Wow. And all they now need to do is, you know, control Windows C in Windows 10,
Fantastic.
push it into a new way so they can actually see it.
We must do a video on that as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Good learnings, guys. Final episode coming. Wasn't that good? The next one that we're going to talk about is really the big one. Let's talk about the future of accessibility apps.